That temporary channel now open in the critical port of Baltimore. City officials there say this is a narrow and a shallow opening, but it will allow more emergency teams to get into the area in small boats. It comes as the cleanup efforts are moving into a new phase at the port following that deadly collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Demolition crews are now able to cut and remove some of those mangled trusses out of the Patapsco River in what officials are calling a remarkably complex operation. A fourth naval crane is arriving on site today. The team's racing to clear the channel. Mayor Brandon Scott says this is going to be a long and extensive process, which he hopes can put an end to recovering the bodies of the 4 people who are still missing. Officials say a total of 8 construction workers were on the bridge when it collapsed. Only 2 of them survived. 2 bodies have been recovered so far, and those 4 still missing are presumed to be dead. ABC's Jay O'Brien is on the ground for us in nearby Dundalk, and he joins me now for much more. So, Jay, these demolition crews there, they've been working urgently to dismantle the bridge here, but it's a gigantic operation. So where do we stand right now?
It's a gigantic operation. It's been hampered, frankly, by the conditions out here. It's clear now, but it was raining all morning long, Trevor, including torrential rain at some parts. You can see the bridge a little bit better than you could see it this morning. So visibility for those crews really has improved. But to your point, even in ideal conditions, this is an arduous process because they have to cut up those dense metal sections of the trusses of the bridge 200 tons a piece and things like that. And then they have to lift those pieces of the bridge out of the water. So this is going to be a multi-step, lengthy process. You're talking weeks, not days here, of getting this debris out of the way to try to get the port open again.
You have a little bit of progress, Jay, with this channel that's open, a little bit of ship traffic that can resume, but obviously it's not much. What do we know about it?
Yeah, the ship traffic that can use that temporary channel that just opened hours ago are really ships that are part of the unified operation that is dealing with the bridge collapse. That's the first step, is it's opening up the channel to those first responders, other boats that are tied to the crews, that are tied to the ongoing salvage operation here, to try to give them a little bit more flexibility. Ideally, we've heard from officials that they want to get to a certain point in the debris removal when there can be pathways for commercial ships. They're also looking at this hour at an alternate route for commercial ships to get around all of this debris to try to get sections of this port back up and running, because as you said, Trevor, this is a key port. It's one of the top 10 ports in the country. 8,000 jobs are tied to it.
Of course, as all of this is going on, top of mind are still the victims, the many people who were killed here. What else are we learning about them?
So we know that there are still 4 construction workers who are unaccounted for. Their remains have yet to be recovered. The recovery operation for those remains has been paused periodically because of how bad conditions have been out on the water. We're also hearing from folks who were on the bridge moments before it collapsed. I spoke with one man, Larry DeSantis, who is the head baker at a local bakery here, so he works odd hours. He was driving over the bridge in the early morning hours Tuesday morning, minutes, he says, before it collapsed. And he noticed one thing, that as he got over the bridge, he wasn't sure what was going on behind him, but no one was driving behind him. Here's what he told me.
It was an eerie feeling because there was no vehicles at all. And normally that time of the morning, even that time of the morning, because it's right there at Amazon, you'll see 20, 30 tractor trailers coming and going.
And you saw nothing on them?
Nothing. That makes me think, you know, I mean, I'm really lucky. I mean, if I had been 1 minute later, I wouldn't be here.
He told me he feels lucky to be alive, Trevor.
I know a lot of people feel that very same way, thanks to the swift action of all those emergency workers, too. Jay O'Brien for us on this, and has been on us on this from the very beginning. Jay, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.